let me just pull my hair out of my face for a quick minute. Product that I'm trying out from Bodyography is the Hydrating Foundation Primer. I've heard such amazing things about this product, so I'm really excited to check it out. I'm just putting like 3 pumps on the back of my hand. I probably need a little bit more, but anyway. And then I'm using a MAC Dual Fiber 183 brush to try and kind of get it all over my skin. Right off the bat, it smells amazing. Like, not often do primers have like such an amazing scent to them, so I'm quite shook about that already. When it comes to primer, I try and focus like most of the primer on the center of my face, so where I maybe have like some pores. I obviously have uneven skin tone all over my face, but I think that if you concentrate majority of the primer where the pores are, you always kind of end up with the best results. It almost like dries instantly, like as I'm putting it on, it's drying, which is really cool. Next, I'm going in with my Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup Foundation. I did not actually purchase a foundation from the brand because I did buy everything online, so I wasn't sure like what shade it would be. And I'm always skeptical to spend like a lot of money on a foundation that I don't know if I'm that shade or if it's going to be the right shade, especially when you're importing products. Well, I imported these, but they are actually available in South Africa. I just always worry about not being able to like get the right shade and then I'm stuck with it. So I'm using a Thunder Cosmetics brush, obviously, and I'm just going to blend that foundation in everywhere. This foundation does already give me a really beautiful glow, and if you guys want to find out more information about this foundation, please follow me on Instagram because I do talk about it in depth, how much I absolutely love it. It does give me that glow, but I feel like the primer has definitely enhanced the glow quite a lot, but it's not like a wet glow, if that makes sense. So I'm still getting a lot of the sheen of my skin coming through. It almost looks better than it did when I put skincare on, which is really amazing. It feels super soft. It doesn't even feel like I have foundation on right now, and generally it does feel like I'm wearing foundation when I don't use the primer. So I'm quite impressed right off the bat. It doesn't sit on the surface of my skin. It absorbs really quickly, which is nice about a primer, because sometimes I feel like if you're loading primers and foundations and concealers, it can just all get a little bit too much. The next product, I really hope this works because I did actually pick up 3 of these concealers. Don't know why. I literally heard from everyone that this is such an amazing concealer. So when I hear that a concealer is great, I just buy a few because we all need a great concealer. So it is in the shade 410 and it's a paraben-free concealer. It kind of reminds me of the MAC Select Cover Up in this little tubey thing. So I'm quite excited to see how this works. Again, I've never used this, so it's going to be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and apply concealer in the places I usually do. So underneath my eyes, my nose, and my forehead. Ooh, it almost comes out like quite stringy. It looks like there's a lot of product that comes out at once. Again, I'm using a Thunder blending brush just to blend that concealer in. I'm really keen to see how this is going to look. The color does look a little bit too light, but because I'm using it as like a highlighting concealer, I don't mind too much. I am going to just blend this all in, and then I'm going to go over it with a beauty blender because I feel like it needs to be pushed into the skin like a little bit more. Just spraying this nasty ass beauty blender and I'm going to blend that concealer in a little bit more. Just a note on this concealer, if you guys do purchase it, it a little bit goes like a really long way. Like I definitely applied way too much concealer. I'm used to like packing on the concealer underneath my eyes. I did not realize that this concealer would like literally like cover everything and go such a long way. So just beware, like one little bead of the product is probably the right amount. Okay, so overall I do like the concealer. I don't love it. I just feel like maybe it's the color that's throwing me off a little bit. Like it has definitely lifted my under eye area quite a lot, but I'm not sure if it gives me that like coverage, like that photoshopped finish that I love. But let's see, maybe when I set it with powder it will be a little bit different. Just picking up another dual fiber brush and MAC mineralized powder in medium, and I'm just going to go ahead and set that whole under eye area everywhere where I applied the concealer, and see if it maybe gives a different look. With powder on it, it definitely does look better, like it's settled into the skin a little bit more. Cool, so let's move on. I'll give you guys an update about how I'm feeling the concealer and the primer and everything sits on my skin after a little while. But the next product that I want to try that I purchased from them is their eyeshadows. So I only picked up 3 shades of eyeshadows, and those are, where are the shade names? Koi was one of them, which is like kind of a purpley color. Then I picked up Vivid, which is a really beautiful like electric blue, and then I picked up Storm. Obviously I would pick up Storm, but it's like quite a muted grey color. I don't have enough cool tone eyeshadows in my kit. I find that because I've got blue eyes and warm tones just work for me, I end up just buying warm tones, and it's so the wrong thing because I should be having tones for every single skin tone. As a makeup artist, I should be able to cater for everyone. So I'm actually going to do the Koi shadow kind of all over the eye. Don't really know how this eye looks going to end up, but let's see how it goes. The one thing about Bodyography I really love is the packaging. They've got like a really like shiny metallic packaging on all of their products, which I love. And I think it's just unique, like not a lot of other brands have those. So the shade Koi is kind of got like a purpley grey shimmer in it. Hope you guys can see that nicely. And I'm just using a blending brush, and I'm going to kind of go all over the eye area. I decided not to use an eyeshadow primer because sometimes I feel like an eyeshadow primer can make the worst of products seem amazing, and I wanted to get like a really true reflection of the product, so that's why I'm not using it if anybody asks. Okay, I can already see right off the bat that this is a great eyeshadow. I've literally gone into the product once and it's given me a really good like coverage on the eye. Ooh. It's actually a really nice color. Like I thought it would be quite like silvery, but it does have a little bit of warmth in it, which I love. I definitely like that a lot. So obviously on the only day that you have to film, your camera would die. So in the process of my camera dying, I went ahead and just did my brows. I did my brows like I usually do. I used a MAC Paint Pot in Dip Brown, well actually a MAC Fluid Line in Dip Down. I love this. I thought that I needed quite a bold brow with this look. So for a more bolder kind of statement brow, I do use this product. But when my camera died and I was kind of doing my brows and looking in different mirrors, I did see how the concealer was setting underneath my eyes, and I'm actually really happy with it. It hasn't creased at all, it hasn't settled at all, which I'm really glad about. I think I am going to apply another layer just because this look is becoming a little bit more intense than I thought it would. So the next product that I picked up from the brand was the long wearing eye pencil. So I don't even know why I picked up this color, but I picked it up in deep violet. It's almost like a purpley kind of shade. I don't know how it's going to work with this look, but hey, we're going a little bit dramatic, so I may as well just live with it. So I'm just going to go all the way underneath my eye with this pencil. I'm just focusing all the color on my lash line. I probably will go into my waterline with a black just to intensify that eye look a little bit. It is actually quite creamy and it goes onto my skin quite well. I do like that about it. I often find that if you use like a pro long wear product or a product that claims to be super long wearing, that it's quite dry, and this isn't. It's quite creamy actually. Overall, I would say that it's a nice product. It goes on really smooth. It doesn't like hurt your eyes or struggle to get onto the eye. But I must say, I don't know if I'm a massive fan of the color. I don't know if it doesn't work for me, or maybe it's the blue that's just throwing the look off. But can we please just discuss yet again how amazing the pigment is of this blue? Like, I keep looking at myself and I can't believe that this is just like one eyeshadow and literally one stripe of shadow as well. I'm so shook about this eyeshadow. I definitely think it's going to be my favorite product of this whole review, but let's wait till the end to find out. Just went ahead and added a little bit of black liner to the inner waterline because I feel like I needed more of a sultry look with the blue, but I am going to be moving on to lips. So I didn't pick up a lip liner. I didn't find any colors that really I liked in the range. I do think that the range is a little bit limited, I will say that. So I'm just going to line my whole lip with Spice Lip Pencil from MAC, and then I'm going to go in with the lip gloss that I picked up from Bodyography. I did just overdraw my lip a little bit to give like a little bit more of the impression of the color, so you guys can get a little bit of a better understanding. So I'm picking up an electric lip slide. So I kind of saw all the lip glosses in the range and I picked up a more pumping lip gloss, but I must say I don't even know where it is. I've been using it. This I've never really used, but it almost seems like it is thicker than a normal lip gloss, but it's not quite a lipstick. So I'm going to just apply this all over my lip. I really do like the color. I definitely think that without a liner underneath, it could be quite a lost color on my skin tone. So I would always apply like a liner underneath a product like this. The coverage of the lip gloss is actually really nice. So as I say, I'm really loving this lip combination. I think it's amazing. I think it's settled really beautifully, and this lip gloss has not moved at all, so I'm really happy about it. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of contouring and highlighting just to kind of finish off the look, and I'm going to pop on mascara. None of these next products that I'm going to use are from Bodyography, so I am just going to speed up the video quite quickly. Contouring quite light, not like I usually do, just because the eye look is so intense and I don't want to be looking like a drag queen when I go and shop for makeup supplies just now. I want to mention what I do with highlighter because I don't think I've ever shared this with you guys. So I'm picking up some Shell by MAC. It's a CCB. It's quite a light formulation, and I'm picking up a limited edition eyeshadow from MAC as well called Love Connection, and I'm just going to layer them as a highlighter because I want quite an intense hyper highlighted look. So you want to make sure that you're first applying the Shell on that whole cheekbone area and in the hot spots if need be, and then once that dries you layer on the Love Connection color. This always gives like such a beautiful dewy like look to when it comes to highlight, so it's not like a matte highlight, which I really love with a more dramatic makeup look. The Love Connection color is a lot more like gold in color. It's not so silvery, which I quite like. I like to have more of like a golden flicker of color on my skin than a silver one. I just think it looks better with a cool tone eyeshadow. It complements it a lot more. I'm just going to be applying the same combination of products on my brow bone, and then I'm pretty much good to go. Last thing I am applying is obviously mascara. I want my lashes to look quite clumpy, so I'm going to be using my Stage Line mascara that I talk about quite a lot. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should. Oh my word, really, my phone is going insane. but I love this mascara because it gives me length, dimension, it thickens my lashes beautifully. I was going to apply false lashes, but again, I feel like this look is quite intense and I don't want it to be too over the top for the rest of the day. I still have to like do so much stuff. I can't believe like the amount of cotton pads and earbuds and alcohol I go through on a weekly basis. Like, I'm literally going to buy them again, and I'm going to go and check out Mimso, so I might do a little haul for you guys as well. Try and concentrate all of that mascara on my top lash line, but I do add it to my bottom lash line as well. I'm just spraying some of the Fix Plus in the shade Lavender, well, the scent Lavender rather than shade, just to set the whole look in place, obviously. So this is the final completed look. I must say, all in all, Bodyography makeup, I'm really impressed. I definitely think my favorite products from the range are the hydrating foundation primer. My skin feels really great and it feels like it's still breathing even though I've got all this makeup on. I love the electric lip slide. I think it's great. It hasn't moved. In between filming this video, I've been drinking coffee the whole time, and yes, there is a transfer onto my cup, but there isn't actually transfer off my lips. I feel like the color is still as strong as when I first applied it. And then of course, I am super obsessed with this blue shadow in the shade Vivid. I just love it. I think it looks amazing. The pigment is great. All the other eyeshadows as well, I'm really happy with, like no creasing yet, no fallout. I'm really glad. I do like the concealer, but I'm not going to say that it's my new holy grail favorite concealer ever. I do think it's nice, but I'm not like overly in love with it and overly impressed with it. But I think that these other products do definitely make up for it. So I'm really happy about this. If you guys are wanting to know any more information about these products, please just send me a message or comment down below or DM me or whatever. Again, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever, please subscribe, please follow me for more little tips like this. If you guys liked my first impressions, please give a big thumbs up so that I know that I should be filming more of these. But I hope that you have an amazing week further. Thank you so much for tuning into my video, and I will chat to you guys and see you guys hopefully soon.